such a strange and amusing place. One day you buy him rocket ship underpants, and then the next they're in outer space. Mama, don't you know you keep the whole world turning round?
Hi, this is Gretchen from MommyCast, and today I'm speaking with Shannon Miller, who is 7-time Olympic medalist in gymnastics. Welcome to MommyCast. It is so exciting to meet you. I saw you on TV, of course, watched the whole thing. How's it been since all of that? I mean, what have you been doing?
It's been amazing. Obviously, it's been a little while, about 12 years since the Olympics in 1990.
It's hard to believe it's been 12 years. I mean, it really doesn't seem like that long.
It's a little scary sometimes, but it's been great. After the Olympics, I finished college and went on to law school, and then now I do a lot with health and wellness for girls and women, and a lot with gymnastics commentary and hosting a TV show.
Law school. How does that relate to gymnastics? I mean, I think everybody's going, wow.
Well, I think for me, I needed that balance in my life, so I didn't want to do everything 100% gymnastics. I needed to make sure that I had my education, just in case. You just never know what life's going to bring, and I wanted to make sure I had that background.
It's very smart. Very smart. And so now you're working with health and wellness for women and girls. And tell me a little bit about what you're doing there.
Well, what I'm doing right now, the most important thing is advocating for health and wellness as far as cervical cancer prevention. And that's very close to my heart because my mother was diagnosed with cervical cancer last summer, and hers was not detected very early. So she had it spread, she had to have chemo and radiation and all of that. And what I've learned since then is that no woman ever has to go through that. There's prevention for cervical cancer. There's kind of a three-prong way to prevent it, and that's, of course, the Pap test that we all know about, but also asking your doctor for the HPV test along with your Pap test. And then, of course, there's the option to have the vaccine as well.
Okay, so HPV, that is human papilloma virus. Okay, tell me a little bit about what that does.
Well, it's funny because, it's not funny, but it's something that almost every woman is going to have. It's as common as the common cold, and that's something I didn't realize growing up. I just, you go to your yearly gynecologist visit, and you get your Pap test, and I never really knew what it did, but, you do that. And here we learn that, HPV is the cause of cervical cancer, and that's very rare in a cancer to know the exact cause. And now we can completely prevent it with this HPV test along with your Pap test. If you get those two, then there's basically a 100% chance that they will not miss a diagnosis of cervical cancer.
So everybody has HPV at some point in their life, every woman? I mean, that's hard to believe.
It's around 80% of sexually active women.
But most women can fight it off, clearly, because we're not 80% of the women aren't having cervical cancer. So,
well, and the difference is, of all of us that may have HPV, sometimes your immune system is going to fight it off, and other times it won't, and it could become a problem with cancer later on. So you just want to get checked. And what the HPV test, which is great, is that it finds it before it becomes cancer. So the HPV test doesn't tell you whether or not you have cervical cancer. It tells you whether or not you've got this virus, and it looks for whether or not you'll be able to your immune system will be able to get rid of it. And that's something for your doctor, kind of a red flag that says, okay, I need to watch this patient a little bit more.
If they know that you have it and you're not getting rid of it, then they put you on a red flag list or something, right?
It's knowledge. Knowledge is power, and knowledge is what we need to spread, because this is something that women can do for themselves. We can ask for that test and have that performed, and give ourselves that peace of mind that we don't have cervical cancer.
But it's a test that women really need to ask for. I find it hard to believe that doctors aren't doing this.
Well, I think with anything new, it's kind of got to work its way into the system. And most major metropolitan areas, it will hopefully be performed, regardless, not having to ask for it. But there are a lot of areas where it's just not in the daily routine, and so you need to ask for it, and make sure you're asking for both tests, because sometimes the doctor will perform the HPV test only if the Pap test comes back abnormal, and you really want to have both tests regardless.
Well, it's just great to talk to you, and congratulations on your foundation. I think that's wonderful, and good luck with getting the word out about it's called the Pearl of Wisdom campaign to prevent cancer, cervical cancer.
It is,
right?
and it's basically this pen. This is the Pearl of Wisdom pen, and it's a great conversation opener for mothers to give the gift and talk to their daughters, or daughters to mothers, sisters, friends, getting the word out to all women that cervical cancer is completely preventable, and these are the steps to take.
And is there a website that people can go to for more information?
They can. You can go to pearlofwisdom.us. And, of course, I'll also have a link on my website, shannonmiller.com.
Great. Thank you so much. It's so great to meet you.